our first stop on my Nova Scotia Tea Tour, and it was fun. Tea friend and I went to Crème for afternoon tea today, after many people recommended it to me. Let's see how it stacks up. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the yummy of afternoon tea. Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada edition. Let's begin with the good. The best part here was the theme. I did not know this was a thematic tea-type venue until we arrived. It was my friend who booked our reservation, and I did not look online before going. The theme during our visit was Willy Wonka, which totally thrilled my friend who is a big fan and could explain all the references to me. So I'd say the theme here was pretty good. Makes for a fun tea experience, especially if the given theme appeals to you. Overall, the food was good too, so let me tell you all about it. We begin with the tea, as we do. There were 15 tea options covering all the tea bases. We both chose Uncle Earl Grey for its bergamot and vanilla notes. Sounds like cream of Earl Grey to me. Love it! It was loose leaf tea inside a disposable bag, and likely the Tea Squared brand, or at least the bag used was. We had one teapot between us as we were having the same type. We both enjoyed the tea. We found it more vanilla and less bergamot, but it was a nice change from the Sloan brand, so yay! Our food was delivered on 2 separate tiers. Because I did not want the salmon option, I was able to choose which savory item to duplicate, and I chose to have 2 quiches instead of the salmon pinwheel. However, Tea Friend had the salmon, so you can still see what it looked like. Each person had 5 savories, and everything on the menu had been named after a reference to Willy Wonka, which was fun. The cheese and leek quiche, of which I had 2, was okay. There was a lot of crumbly pastry and not a lot of leek or egg parts. Mostly just pastry. The cucumber open-faced sandwich was also fine. We were both happy that the bread was fresh. The beef and tomato chutney bun was our least favorite. Both had a rather meager slice of beef. Mine was a little better than my tea friend's, and we found the tomato chutney very overpowering. The egg salad was a bit odd. We found a texture in there we did not love. I thought maybe it was the seeds in the bread. Not quite sure, but something. I'd say the quantity and diversity of savories was good here, and while there was nothing inherently wrong with these savories, they just weren't our favorite part. Yes, we are picky, but we already know that, don't we, tea friends? On to the scone tier. We each got a chocolate chip scone, and notice the individual servings of jam and clotted cream. Of course, the menu had cute thematic names for these. The scone had a nice texture, not too dry, good crumb, and was a good size. The clotted cream seemed to be proper clotted cream. It was very smooth, so I was a little suspect of it. But the taste was neutral, as expected, so I'm calling it quite proper. We appreciated the individual and generous servings of cream and jam for our scone. But since it was only one scone, we wished it was a plain scone instead of chocolate, so we could enjoy the accompaniments more. Of course, a chocolate chip scone was on theme for Charlie's Chocolate Factory, so we cannot knock it. The sweets impressed us not only because of how they fit the theme, but there were a couple that tasted very good too. Sometimes very thematic tea lose the focus on tasting good, but this was not the case here. There were 5 sweets, or 6 if you count the blue candy floss, but really 5 worth noting. Again, these all had tie-ins with the Wonka theme in various ways. The blueberry cream tart was our least favorite sweet item. Besides the candy floss, the mango cheesecake egg covered in chocolate was delicious and unique. We both liked it. The chocolate cake pop was very rich, and of course I liked it because, well, chocolate. The toffee mousse layered cup was also very good too. Nice light layers, not too sweet, but a flavorful caramel cup. This was my tea friend's favorite sweet item. It was very well done. The macaron was peanut butter. And while I do not enjoy these, the inner filling actually did taste like peanut butter. And that's not always the case with these cookies, which often taste very bland. We found the candy floss inedible, but kids would get a kick out of this, and it was very fun and whimsical for the theme. So, hey. So out of the 5/6 sweets, 2 of them, the chocolate mango egg and the mousse cup, impressed me. So I am happy with the sweets here. Thoughtful, diverse, and well executed while being on theme. Not something you see every day. As you can see, the food overall was respectable. The bad, I really don't have much to speak about. The savories weren't my favorite. They were kinda meh, but there was nothing wrong with them, per se. The website is very outdated, as it still shows their previous theme of Alice in Wonderland, which I understand ended months ago. The server told us the next theme should be Bridgerton, and it might start soon. The price was a bit high. While the website shows the Alice in Wonderland tea to be $55 per person, this one was $60 per person. I'd say that's quite high, but as my first afternoon tea in Nova Scotia, I don't have a reference point for this province yet. Is $60 per person a bit high for Halifax? I may know better by the end of this trip. The ugly, nothing here was ugly. This location is very nice, right at the Halifax waterfront, very close to where the cruise ships dock. If you happen to visit Halifax on a cruise, this location would be very convenient for you. There was paid parking within this building, and we paid $9 for 2 hours of parking. Very convenient. In terms of aesthetic, clearly it is very pink, but not in a random we like pink kind of way. Everything felt very purposeful, tasteful decor decisions, and well put together. The frou-frou pink aesthetic was well executed. The yummy, my favorite bite was the mango chocolate-coated egg. The cream cheese filling helped this not be too sweet. The mango was present and tasty, and the outer chocolate shell was very good too. This was my favorite yummy bite for sure. Service here was good. Our server was very friendly. I'm happy to report that my Nova Scotia Tea Tour started off strong here at Crème. My Queen of Afternoon Tea rating for this afternoon tea is 4 out of 5 stars. It may verge on 4.5, but I really wanted something memorably yummy or wow on the savory tier to get closer to those perfection levels, you know? Have you been to Crème in Halifax for afternoon tea? What item appeals most to your taste buds? Thanks for watching, tea friends. Follow along for more. Up next, more Nova Scotia.